Hi, it's Lisa Beyer, and today's episode is a solo episode where I'm going to be sharing my 21 things of the month. Before we get started into this episode, I just want to let you in on one of my latest secrets. I'm going to be launching my online course called Modern PR Secrets, and it's going to be coming out in the next month. If you are interested in signing up for this course or more information on the course, check out the show notes and enter your email, and we will let you know as soon as it launches. I started this last month. It was called 21 Things in January, and I decided to make it a monthly. So, my monthly 21 Things, the theme is Love It or Leave It. So, this month I felt like I wanted to take ownership of things like email marketing, which is really not in my wheelhouse. It's been a struggle. If you're in the public relations world, email marketing is just not something that you focus on as much as other digital marketers. Even though we do spend a lot of time emailing pitches to journalists, we're really not all about email marketing. So I made it my focus over the past 6 months, and especially this year, to learn as much as I can and get better at email marketing. Another one of the topics that I'm focusing on is podcasting for PR, cannabis, and self-care. So some of the things that I can do without, there's been a lot of Facebook ad drama with the OS 14 news that came about at the beginning of the year, bad headlines, and LinkedIn lies. So let's get right into it. 21 things that I'm doing for February that you can too. Number one is I discovered this awesome website called subjectline.com. And this is a place that you can test out your email subject lines. And if somebody doesn't open the email, your email is not going to get read. And if your subject line isn't awesome, it's not going to get opened. So this is a great tool to test out your creativity when it comes to subject lines. And it actually gives you a score. Number two, George Bryant's email secrets in the Hustle and Flowchart podcast. So George Bryant talks about using an email marketing strategy to get an 87% open rate. This was seriously the best advice that I've heard about email marketing. It is so brilliant and it is so simple. So I really encourage you to head on over to Hustle and Flowchart and just do a search for George Bryant. And he's been on a couple of times, but his latest episode talks about an email marketing strategy that gets an 87% open rate. So go check it out. Number three, this is a big pet peeve of mine, and I didn't realize how much people really abused LinkedIn. So exaggerating on your LinkedIn profile, that is called lying. So if you are working for somebody or have worked for somebody or even working for yourself, making sure that how you're representing yourself on your LinkedIn profile is realistic and it matches your skill set. So overstating your experience or your credentials is not helping your future employer or your future potential job opportunity. So I just highly recommend being realistic and being honest on your LinkedIn profile. Number four, eyes wide shut. So this is something that I discovered recently from my sister, and it's called I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it right, but it's called the I Hello, and it is IHELOL. So it is this basically like a headset for your eyes. It's not anything that has to do with virtual reality, but it gives your eyes a massage. It plays music, and it also is heated. So if you suffer from migraines or stress, or just want to check out for like 5 minutes and just kind of get like a reset, this is something for you to really look into. And if you go to my show notes, I'll put a link to that and where you can find it on Amazon. Number five is called Headline Hell. So I don't know about you, but if you look at different blog posts, if you look at maybe all of your past blog posts on your blog, or look at the different formatting and maybe on clients' blogs or articles, you might see that there's not consistency in the title case. So sometimes you might be using all caps, sometimes you might be using title case. So here's a tool that you can use to stop the headline formatting hell with this lifesaver. It's called Capitalize My Title. And again, you can find the link in the show notes, and you can actually just copy and paste your title if you're not sure if it's formatted properly, and it'll help you format it properly. So this tool called Notion, we started using it about 3 months ago because one of our clients was using it and I had never heard of it. And then I was listening to Katie Wells, Wellness Mama. She did an interview on how she uses Notion for personal organization to stay focused. And you could even keep a daily journal or even have a personalized homepage. So we use it for our clients' help to keep all of their assets together using Notion. There's many ways you can use it. So if you listen to Katie Wells, Wellness Mama, her episode on unpacking Notion, it is enlightening. Number 7. So Facebook and Google busted. I love Rand Fishkin's interview, again, on Hustle and Flowchart. It's a must. And he talks about what does the future of SEO look like in 2021 and beyond. And I love his answer. He said digital PR is the answer to SEO. So that is probably the best answer that I could ever hear. And it falls right into place. I'm actually launching my course, Modern PR Secrets, in the next month. And you can check that out and see how you can implement PR into your SEO strategy. Number 8, I know this is a very overused word, self-care, but it's also an underused act. So in my opinion, self-care is the new healthcare, and think about how you can incorporate little tiny bits of self-care into your daily routine. It's been a stressful past year, and it seems like this year is not going to be that much different. So you can only help yourself by incorporating self-care, and nobody's going to do it for you. You need to do it yourself. Number 9. Number 9 is called Smokin'. So I just discovered Emily Erlenbach. She is a writer in Forbes, and she has her own column, and it is dedicated to the intersection of cannabis, culture, and wellness. So again, my favorite word, wellness. It's in line with self-care. And then, of course, cannabis and culture. So she writes a weekly column, and it's around all different types of research that has come out in different studies, and it's just fascinating. So definitely check out Emily's column in Forbes. Number 10, Latte Love. So I told you that this month was going to be dedicated to CBD and cannabis. So one of my faves, it's an article that talks about CBD, coffee, and flow. And there's recipes that you can find in the link. I use Ojai Energetics as my favorite CBD elixir, and I mix it in my coffee. I use it for focus. I use it in my bath. It's definitely part of my self-care routine. Number 11, raise your vibration, because it is Black History Month. So in honor of Black History Month, I wanted to share Lala Delia. I think I pronounced her name right. And she has a website called vibratehigherdaily.com. And she's also the best-selling author of Vibrate Higher Daily. And I've been following her. I discovered her probably like about 3 or 4 years ago on Instagram. And she's very inspirational. If anything, just go ahead and follow her on Instagram. Number 12. So listen up, it's PodFest. PodFest is coming again in March, and I'm going to be one of the speakers with Dennis Yu. Mark your calendar. The link, if you want to register, is in the show notes, or you can just Google PodFest. Number 13, partner with me. So this year, I'm really focusing on joint ventures and collaboration and how I can partner with different agencies and different brands. So I'm going to be attending, it's called JVology, and it is a conference that is dedicated to collaboration and partnerships and how you can discover maybe some opportunities through industry leaders that you might not know about. So I'm going to be attending the April 20th to the 23rd part of the conference. So if you are attending that, meet me there. You can get your tickets at jvology.com. Number 14 is an extra special tip. So Valentine's Day is already past, depending on when you're listening to this, or it's coming up, but birthdays are always happening. So I recommend an extra special tip is to go ahead and send those gifts 1 week early and surprise that special someone. It's always nice to get something even a day early, but think about how you can make it extra special by sending something early, and also save that money on having to spend extra on FedEx or extra mailing. Number 15, top of funnel alert. So this is a great article I discovered. It's called How to Properly Use PR and SEO. And again, the link is in the bio, but it's one of my favorite topics. And I think it's still very underrated. A lot of public relations professionals don't realize how they can actually influence SEO and really help in overall digital marketing efforts. So this article that I'm referring to is in readwrite.com. And again, it's titled How to Properly Use PR and SEO to Amplify the Marketing Results. Number 16, my inbox VIP of the month is Christopher Penn. So if you haven't heard of him, Google him and subscribe to his email. I absolutely love getting his emails a couple times a month in my inbox. He's just a wealth of knowledge, every aspect of public relations, marketing. But what I loved about his most recent email that I received was he gave a list of his video audio equipment. So that was my favorite thing in his email this month. But there's lots of things. He does a lot of research. He shares a lot of studies. He curates a lot of articles. So Christopher Penn, look him up. Number 17, this is the phrase that I dread hearing. Honey, what's for dinner? It's my worst question ever that I get at the end of the day from my husband or my family. So what I'm doing is I'm saving time using Freshly. So Freshly for fit and healthy dinners this month. And if you haven't heard of it, check it out in the show notes, freshly.com. And there's a link for a discount. Number 18, social bonding at love and at work. So it's actually a thing. And Stephen Kotler did a great interview, The Science of Love and Trust, in his Flow Research Collective Radio podcast. So again, you could just Google that, or you could look it up in the show notes. So if you're not following Stephen Kotler, he's definitely somebody to follow. He's very inspiring. He talks a lot about how to get into flow. And this latest episode that I really loved, especially for the theme, The Science of Love and Trust at Work. Number 19, lists and how-to headlines. I just wanted to share that lists and how-to headlines get the most page views. So I was kind of surprised at this because I feel like lists and how-tos, and that's kind of been a thing for a while, but they still are the top performing types of articles. I read about this in an article on SEMrush, the anatomy of top performing articles. So successful versus invincible content. It's a SEMrush study. So check that out. Number 20 is the best looking background, which I absolutely love. So this is something that I found in my Instagram feed. I just kind of stumbled upon it, and it's a company called The Inside. And the one that I'm going to showcase on my show notes is basically the screen. It's like a 3-panel screen that you could have in front of your desk or even behind you when you're doing your Zoom calls. And it's just very botanical and very fresh looking. I really love it. So check it out. Number 21, last but not least, 3 C's in life. You must make the choice to take a chance if you want anything in your life to change. Again, you must make the choice to take a chance if you want anything in your life to change. I hear a lot of people either complaining or feeling very fortunate. And the people that are complaining and want to see a change in their life, they need to, I feel like, realize that some of their situations are their choice and they're not willing to take a chance in order to get the change that they want. So again, the 3 C's in life, you must make the choice to take a chance if you want anything in your life to change. And that's a wrap for my 21 things in February. And if you have something that you want to add, or you have an idea for my 21 things, whether it be in March or any month, please go ahead and message me. So in the show notes, there's a place that you can just press enter here and send me your ideas, or you can send it to my email, lisa@thebuyergroup.com. Thanks a lot for listening to the latest episode of Social PR Secrets, the podcast. Today's episode was sponsored by the Buyer Group. And I also want to let you in on my latest social PR secret, which is called Modern PR Secrets. And it's going to be my online course where I share 7 modules ranging from which channels you should focus on from a public relations perspective to measuring PR. And it basically takes the mystery out of public relations, whether you are a PR pro, whether you're trying to hire a PR agency, or maybe just brush up on your PR skills. So if you're interested, go ahead and go to the show notes at socialprsecrets.com to this episode and sign up, enter your email, and we will let you know as soon as the course goes live or when it's time to sign up. Thank you very much, and namaste.